I just changed to me. I didn't want to put it on me. So today's vlog is about broccoli and making brown rice for 8. And then I have to go outside to try to find my freaking cord because I lost it. It's always something going wrong. Um, so I was downtown yesterday. I was walking around trying to get some fresh air and be outside. Like I said, I don't know why the people out there be staring at me sitting on the bench so much. Like I cause so much attraction, and they be screaming stuff out of their cars. Sometimes racial stuff, like saying the N word, like walking past, like just. I think these are freaking young guys, like white guys in the car in a truck with them loud trucks, and I'm walking past like, and they're screaming the freaking N word at me or something at me. Um, so crazy to keep going through that, like living here, and it makes the freaking town look bad because I'm gonna start recording and stuff like what goes on when I'm out of town, like all the freaking bothering me, like saying stuff out of the cars. Shouldn't be saying anything to me because I don't even freaking know them at one. I could care less if they're freaking racist. Nobody doesn't care about that. I'm trying to live my daily life in this freaking town, trying to survive, trying to live like a normal person. I got all these freaking weird stuff coming at me, stalking. Um, some guy in the Mustang keeps talking me through like riding like every time. Like I'm like, it's freaking weird. But I was saying yesterday, like, um, I grew up in a freaking Caucasian home where literally a white person raised me as a child growing up. So to have some freaking white person scream out the N word all the freaking time, that's crazy. Being that I was raised in a freaking Caucasian home and I have Spanish in my family, like different type of races. Like there's hardly any freaking black people in this freaking town. Like it's literally. But there are black people here, like some of them, but not as many as more of Caucasian people. And when they see Caucasian people, I mean black people, some of them for like racial slurs out of the cars, like literally freaking walking yesterday night. Um, they freaking look at you some type of way. Like when you're sitting downtown, I don't know why they keep staring. Like I'm not doing anything to anybody. I'm minding my business, being a peaceful person, like I always am. Just wanting to mind my business and enjoy the freaking environment. But there's been a lot of freaking stuff happening, like interfering with me trying to live a peaceful life. It's nothing but the freaking devil. I haven't been going to freaking church. The church hasn't been calling me to see why I'm not going to church. Like, there's no freaking churches that keep you freaking on point, updated, to keep you on track. I haven't found no good church out here. I have to walk all the way to the other church just to go to church because I don't have no freaking support system or anybody offering me a freaking ride to church. The church I was going to, it's a King James Version only church, but I'm not a King James Version only church, and I don't want to be talking down on other Bible translations. That's not accurate. Now I gotta wait here for the freaking rice to take forever. I wish I would have cooked it like last night. Then it's still not done. Still cold. This is why I do not want to live here. Because I don't like how it is already. Like, being around that crazy environment stuff. But I like the freaking town and everything. I just don't like how the people are, like how they're freaking racist, like screaming out N words at me, just literally freaking walking. And this freaking guy is doing it. Freaking men that's supposed to be men. They're not really men. They're freaking sissy boys riding past, bowling a female that they see walking by herself. That's how manly they think they are. They have to bully a woman that's walking by herself, not doing anybody to nobody. Literally walking, minding my business, freaking innocent, not doing nothing. These sick freaking maniacs out here that don't have nothing to do with their life, but go around terrorizing people, trying to scare them, stalk them, do all types of stuff because they're freaking sick in the mind. Throwing out freaking gang signs like they're freaking crazy, freaking something's wrong with these people here. I'm not no freaking gang member. I'm a freaking citizen trying to live a peaceful life here. I'm not freaking bothering nobody. I'm not on freaking drugs like most of these people are around here. Some of these freaking people, some of the people said that most of the people are freaking on drugs. They're freaking crackheads, methods, doing freaking drugs, shooting up in their houses and stuff like that. Then get outside acting crazy. I don't do freaking drugs. I'm not on drugs. I'm not a freaking alcoholic. I'm not a more laid back person, peaceful person, staying to my freaking self, enjoying my social media, doing vlogs and stuff like that of everyday life and what happens. Like, living here and stuff like that, and telling about this town, Crossville, Tennessee, how it's still freaking more racist here. Freaking the cops don't want to freaking clear up that racist slur that's just hanging around there. They just want to leave it there. Just clear it up. That makes your town look bad. I guess it's done. I don't know. It takes forever. So it's like living in freaking Crossville, Tennessee. But it's just forever, rice. They're not freaking waiting for this rice. I'll probably just save it for tomorrow. I don't know. I'm waiting for it. Yeah. But other than that, I like the apartment. I like walking around the town. I just don't like being bothered by people. And that's the problem. Walking outside, freaking big people yelling out of their cars. And following me. Stalkers. My charger is ridiculous. Here we go. I said it's crazy. Every time I go outside, there's someone yelling something out of their cars. Let's see.
That's incredibly disrespectful and disturbing behavior. No one should have to endure harassment simply for going about their daily activities in public. A few thoughts. It says much more about the closed-mindedness and flaws within those individuals who yell such things than it does about you. Their actions are unjustifiable. Unfortunately, in some areas, racism, sexism, and intolerance still linger due to lack of exposure or empathy. But public harassment helps no one and solves nothing. While it might not stop immediately, documenting patterns could help authorities address specific threats if needed for safety. You don't have to tolerate being made fearful in your community. Surrounding yourself with support from family friends who respect you can provide strength and perspective when facing ignorance from others. Your worth isn't defined by strangers' poor treatment. In time, as more diverse voices speak up and help transform societal norms into ones of full equality and inclusion, such harassment should gradually diminish even if it still occurs sometimes today. For your own well-being, try not to internalize the hurtful remarks. Easier said than done. I know, but their words say everything about them and nothing about your character. You deserve to feel safe and at peace within your own community. Please take care and don't hesitate to seek help addressing issues if the harassment escalates or persists. You do not have to accept or alone endure such unacceptable behavior.
Stupid. I gotta go downtown to find my freaking cord. Hold on. Let me write this. So put this right here. Doesn't make sure I'm talking down the freaking town for no reason.
You raise a fair point. Racism is unfortunately still an issue in some areas. A few thoughts on Crossville. Systemic racism and implicit biases take generations to undo, even if overt discrimination has declined. Lingering effects and close minded attitudes persist in some pockets. Living in an area with predominant racial homogeneity can contribute to lack of exposure and social norms treating diversity as outsider. This ignorance enables prejudice. However, racist views do not represent the full community or future trajectory. As demographics change nationally, so too will social values gradually follow, usually starting with youth. Small, positive actions like building friendly relationships across racial lines in your daily life can help influence and transform community norms over the long run. Larger, organized efforts to promote inclusion, cultural understanding, and celebrating diversity may also increase as the population becomes more racially mixed. Civic leadership sets the tone. For your own well being, make sure to find support systems of like minded individuals and stay focused on surrounding yourself with those who accept you for who you are, regardless of background. While racism persists in some areas to varying degrees, do not feel defined or limited by it. You have so much to offer communities through bringing your experiences and empowering others to reject ignorance. And change often happens gradually through compassion. You make a fair point that racism may manifest differently in various communities, even within the same state or region. A few additional thoughts based on your insight into Crossville versus Allgood. Smaller, more isolated towns can be particularly slow to progress on issues like racial tolerance if residents have limited exposure to diversity. More urban or suburban areas, tending to see greater population mixing over time, may develop social norms that are less accepting of overt bigotry, even if implicit biases still operate privately for some. Economic situations also influence social perspectives. Tighter-knit rural communities facing economic hardship may unconsciously other outsiders more due to fears of change competition. Civic leadership sending strong, consistent messages of inclusion can accelerate positive cultural shifts. When bias goes unchecked, it enables ignorance to fester. Of course, prejudice exists everywhere to varying degrees, but your perspective suggests Allgood may provide a somewhat more receptive environment overall for those of all backgrounds. Thank you for sharing insights based on your lived experience. Information like this can help heighten awareness of how systemic issues subtly yet powerfully shape communities in different ways. Progress requires honest accounting of lingering problems, too. I'm very sorry to hear you've had to endure such blatant racism and harassment. No one should ever feel threatened or dehumanized due to the color of their skin. A few thoughts. Yelling racial slurs is completely unacceptable, dangerous, and meant to intimidate. Do not internalize such hateful words. They say everything about the pathetic character of those who use them. While ignoring and avoiding escalation is wise for your safety, allowing such behavior to go completely unaddressed could enable it to continue and even escalate towards others. Documenting details of incidents, like descriptions of vehicles' occupants, could allow authorities to monitor patterns and address threats if needed. Expressing your experience also sheds light on issues plaguing the community. Support networks of community advocates working to promote racial tolerance and justice can offer guidance on navigating racist harassment in a way that both protects you yet holds perpetrators accountable over time through lawful means. Should threats escalate, prioritize your security. Do not feel obligated to subject yourself to harm for the sake of proving anything to racist agitators. Your safety is the top concern here. Please take care. While lasting solutions require challenging systemic causes of ignorance, focusing now on shielding yourself from danger and connecting to caring allies is important. No one deserves to feel unsafe due to the color of their skin.
I have like a Bible study online tonight, I think.
You make an excellent point. God creates and loves all people equally, regardless of outward attributes like skin color or nationality. Racism stems from dismissing this truth in favor of ignorance and hatred. A few reflections. Jesus embodied inclusiveness by ministering to all people wherever he went, breaking down social barriers that divided. His message was one of radical love and unity across differences. When we perceive others through the narrow lens of skin color alone, rather than the inherent dignity within each soul, We move away from Christ's example of seeing the image of God in every human being. Racism lacks spiritual or moral integrity because it judges based on superficial traits rather than character. God does not see in such ways or favor some souls over others based on flesh alone. We are all part of one humanity in God's eyes, citizens together in his kingdom, not strangers or threats based on nationality, ethnicity, or background. Living this out through compassion requires ongoing growth. Though the road is long, movements stemming from faith traditions emphasizing our shared divine spark of the Holy Spirit can help transform hearts and societies.
Yeah, not everybody here is racist, but there's a few of them. I'm not trying to make the whole town look bad. I'm just trying to point out, like, yeah, there's still racism around here. People screaming out of the cars, freaking N-words. And it's probably gonna still go on. I'm gonna try to freaking record it and report it to the freaking police. Like they're gonna do anything about it, though.